Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hidden Realms live stream, Season 1, The God Heist, Episode 7. Hell yeah. I am your humble GM, Joshua McGregor. With me, as always, are Mark Crozier as Alusfain Hakasir, Antonio Kazar as Ryodon Othronus, Morgan Hardy as Thano the Stupid, James Wilson as Tolton Sparktech, Nin as Nezumi, and a special guest, Ralf Whiteley, as Lieutenant Gustav. Neil Hara will be joining us in a bit as What's It the Worthless. He is caught up with a few things, but it is all good, and we're very excited for him and very much looking forward to whenever he can join us, he will do that. Fantastic. So, just a very few couple of shout outs before we begin. First off, Black Lives Matter. All of our support for that entire movement and all of the marches and protests, peaceful protests that are going on in the US of A. We wish we were there with you. That's yeah. Big shout out to the NHS, teachers, all frontline workers, everybody who has gone back to work. Everybody who isn't, stay at home, stay safe, and I hope that everybody is safe and well. Also, I wanted to do a shout out for Regis Korchinski Paquet. There was a very tragic incident where an indigenous Black woman fell from a very high story of a condo and died. There is currently an investigation going into that as to whether she was pushed by the police who were there. But the reason we're shouting that out is because originally the police prevented or resisted any investigation being made. And so putting our support there. There's a change.org link in the description, as well as a GoFundMe page to help get justice for that woman. So you can go and check those out. We really appreciate that. And lastly, to end on a good note, on a nice shout out, is our winner for our 100 subscribers competition is Lawrence Gray. Lawrence, thank you so much for your continued support and for watching us. And it was a lot of fun talking to you about this character, designing this NPC. This could become part of the show in a few weeks' time. But everybody, you can look forward to this very, very exciting. I can tell you this guy is awesome and has a really cool story. So we're very much looking forward to that. And we're very grateful that you had the submission and wanted to chat. Alrighty, without further ado, let's do a little recap. Last week, everybody, you were sailing on the Alacrity and got to know some of the members of this crew, including Alistair, the captain, Dust, the first mate, and some fun shenanigans ensued when you went for your long rest. Alice Fane got to make Thano punch What's It in the face. There was some general investigating. You guys ended up going back to Balmoral to check on things there, where you found, of course, that Sophia, Elbows, and Karen had been killed by the Grey Orthodoxy, and the ambient curse of Deriphel had turned them into undead. After a little altercation between Alisvan and Dust, there was a funeral service, and those spirits went to the afterlife of Volbacar. And then Alice Fane had a little moment where he tried to bring back one of the sanctified corpses and was shown some visions, but he cut those short and then rejoined everybody. Nezumi helped to reintroduce Andra, this little elven girl, to her mom. Tolton gave a very lovely gift of remembrance to Alistair and to Willow that they were very, very grateful for. And we picked up, of course, our very special guest, Lieutenant Gustav,
Yes,
who got to show off his sword skills against Hans, one of the members of the Alacrity. And he and his Hellhound Raiders are now part of the crew as you make your way forward to try to reclaim the Gamath Orb from the evil Lieutenant Garazan. And that is where we are now. So, a couple of days go by as you make your way from Kelipke to Felgora, and over the course of the first, we'll say, you've had some time to train. Would everybody like to? We'll go around and everybody say, how they have trained themselves, and what they have taken. So we'll go around. I'll do a little dice roll to see who goes first, and then we'll just keep going. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. So why don't we start with Lieutenant Gustav? What have you taken, and how did you train to get it? Do you feel?
Well, we talked about this, and we went for a bit of a homebrew feat here. So I have got a fantastic feat. I forgot the name of it. Was it Josh? Vengeful
Leader.
Vengeful Leader, that's it. So when one of my comrades falls down to 0 hit points, I yell out in a blood-curdling shout of dismay and try and rally all my comrades around me. And everybody at that point can use their reaction straight away to make any kind of attacks. That's like spell, melee. Someone's got to die to use it, you know?
One of those per short or long rest.
Yeah, not any time. Yeah, short or long rest, definitely. How's he got this? This probably would have just been the accumulation of years and years and years of just being battle hardened, and just has devotion to his men. So yeah, like that's as nice as I get, man. Amazing.
Continuing to this bond that you have with your unit. You've developed this very cool ability. How about Tolton? What is Tolton taken, and what's kind of
okay? Well, all of this concentrating on using his crossbow specifically recently, adaptation of crossbows, and working with Thano, obviously, to alter your crossbow and anybody else that wants one to make it a little bit easier and a little bit less cumbersome. He's been practicing a lot because of the changes he was making to his crossbow, obviously, to possibly house the capturing device that would alter the setup, the spec, the layout, and the accuracy of his weapon. So he's been doing lots and lots and lots of practice with that. So and worked on improving, how the damage potential of it and stuff like that. So through this constant working with Thano and anybody else that was looking at increasing theirs, he's gained the sharpshooter feat, shall we say.
Fantastic. What we'll do is we'll go around and then we'll come back, Tolton, and we'll do some checks to see how well your upgrades have gone.
Fantastic.
We will get right back to that. Beautiful. Boom, 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 boom. How about Alusfane?
Okay, so Alusfane during this time is essentially going to have been focusing on himself, as he has sort of shown to like to do. He will have spent a lot of time in that elven trance, just sort of, I guess, looking deeper within himself, to try and really, knowing that he's going to need to work to the fullest of his potential, and just sort of looking within himself and seeing how he can sort of bring that out, because he sort of, there's parts of him are sort of feeling like, and while he's with this big group of people, he's still alone in a lot of ways, and he'll have sort of spent the time that he's not in this trance, sort of wandering around the ship, watching everyone else, especially the like other magic users, watching Tolton working on even in the more mechanical side, watching him working on the crossbows. He'll been watching Dust do his training, watching his key manipulation, been watching Whatsit practicing with his divine magic, and we'll sort of be trying to almost turn that into lessons for himself as well, sort of learning from other people's actions combined with looking within himself to just further his abilities. Do you want me to name the feat that he's taken?
You don't have to. I'm sure people at home will be very curious.
Yeah, keep it a little bit of a surprise. But
sure.
That's what he'll have been doing. He'll have been sort of spending his time focusing on himself and heightening his own skills. Not really sort of working with anyone else, but merely sort of observing them and learning what he can from them. However, I will take this, since we're talking about what has been done in that sort of traveling time. One of the things he will have done is at some point, maybe in an evening when everyone's sort of quietened down, he will have approached Dust.
Okay.
Just have a very brief chat with him. Nothing too subversive or, not necessarily, can I talk to you for a minute? Just sort of, just essentially sort of sharing with him the sentiment that, perhaps they got off on the wrong foot, and from he's arrived in this land, he's constantly been being pursued and was recaptured, and perhaps the stress just got to him, and when he engaged in this something that is quite cultural for him, the necromancy, perhaps it was misunderstood, and he hopes that it won't affect future endeavors.
Brilliant. Dust is going to he's absolutely going to take that. He's still a little bit reserved, but he says that he hopes the same, that this is all you're gonna be able to work together and better understand one another, and and all that. He rolls an insight check to see if you're lying to him.
Okay.
Are you? He got a 21 on his insight check. Are you lying?
He's not inherently lying. He's very particular with the words he uses. He just sort of recants what's happened. He tells the truth about, as soon as they arrived, they were chased by the faceless the faceless hunter, the simulacrum, and then they were within 12 hours of that. They were then captured and were left in a prison cell. And for him personally, in his life experience, that's a very difficult thing to deal with. And the whole culture of death is very common for his people. So he was very particular to sort of not really be lying, but just to sort of be very heavy on the sympathy, the sort of sympathy and empathy inducing side of things.
Brilliant. And as long as you weren't openly trying to deceive him, and then that's absolutely fine. And Dust is not going to interpret that as a negative thing. Okay. He's for sure. Fantastic. Nin, we are going to skip you for the reason. Well, no, there are reasons, and we will get to them in the due course of time. But
Nezumi has been practicing her social skills for the orphans.
Fantastic. Yeah. And Nezumi's been taking on more and more of a role helping Willow to look after everybody, and everyone has all of the children have become very attached. Andra has spread the rat mum thing to everybody else, so everybody is calling you their rat mum now. So that's what's been going on there. How about Rhyodon? What has Rhyodon done?
Rhyodon would have probably taken. He would be on the deck of the ship. He'd be sitting down, be watching, things unfold, people training, and it would just kind of remind him of home. And then he gets some parchment out, and he starts to write a rather lengthy letter. I won't go into detail what the letter says. He folds it up. He puts it in an envelope. He gets out a seal, stamps it with a wax. Obviously, he does the whole lighting mechanism, etc. And he writes down a name on the front and puts it in his satchel. And again, everything's reminding him of home. And he thinks to himself, I'm here for a reason now. I'm here to do good. And the feat I took was an inspiring leader. I get up, I walk around with the troops, I kick their feet in and say, your footing needs to be worked on, that kind of thing. And I just help around with the training.
Cool. You and Gustav are kind of filling similar roles in terms of battle leaders. How did the two of you get on? Are you on each other's feet, or is it a natural fit?
I would probably try and help you because they're not my unit. So I would, try and help where I feel would be necessary.
Challenge into an arm wrestle.
Gonna need opposed strength checks.
If you want.
Get him, but sure, bro. Do it.
Again, he's cultured.
Yeah,
I didn't do very well.
Yeah, I did well. Yes, 24.
Okay, I let him win.
Give me the fluff.
So what you're saying then is Reardon took the moral high ground and let the current lieutenant of his own men win.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm not gonna belittle him, am I?
No, not in front of his men. No,
of course not. And
I
then,
would.
And after that, I say, thank you for your time. And then I'm actually going to walk up to Tolton.
Mm-hmm.
And say, your work's outstanding.
Thank you for noticing.
When this is all over,
mm-hmm.
come to the palace and talk to me.
If you've got guild members there, they won't like it.
I'm not interested in the guild members. I'm interested in your work.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And if I die,
mm-hmm.
There is a letter on my person. Please do not read it. Please give it to my sister.
I'll do my best.
And then I walk off.
Beautiful. Thano, how have you been training?
Yes. Well, obviously, I've been working with Tolton to improve my use of my crossbow skills. One of the things I do, though, is in conversation with Willow, I tell her how frustrated I was that they used magic against me and tricked me to think that my beloved Watson had been killed. So she has a conversation with me and suggests that I work with Alistair, and he teaches me Mage Slayer, so that I can then, for those who don't know about Mage Slayer, I have certain advantages on people who are either casting magic on me or are casting magic, so that I'm better prepared, hopefully, to tackle some of these evil warlocks, magicians, mages, and others on this planet that are tricking me.
Brilliant. Yeah, Alistair has some experience doing more magical battle with mages, but he's able to give you a lot of insight into their style and how they they like to do combat. He is going to tell you something interesting. That as of now, I forgot that I hadn't given you this information yet. But here's what he says. He says there is a spell that coterie mages use to enhance the abilities of high warden mages of wizards. This spell is called, it's very simple, it's called Enhance Spell.
Yeah.
It's a first level spell of the transmutation class. You can use your reaction to cast it when another spellcaster around you uses a spell.
Ooh.
You use your reaction, you cast this first level spell, and what it does is it raises the spell level of the other person's spell that's being cast by 1.
Oh, as in an ally of mine.
As in an ally.
Fantastic. And is that 1 per long rest, or is there a limit?
No, this is a first level spell that's used as a reaction.
Okay, as a reaction, brilliant, fantastic.
You don't have this spell yet. I'm giving you the option to learn it.
Ooh.
And he's specifically telling you, he's saying, Henua, with her coterie of mages, those people will be able to use their spells to enhance her stuff. And so even though she can't cast 9th level spells, she'll be able to enhance certain spells up to level 9.
Right. What she can enhance their spells to level 9.
They will use
theirs to enhance hers. Yeah,
exactly.
That's brilliant. So, yeah, brilliant. That makes sense. Yeah.
So that is the bit of insight that you get into the Grey Orthodoxy and the way that some of these people fight.
Yeah. Useful bit of information.
For sure.
To reduce her magic use down. Brilliant.
Yep.
I share that knowledge, obviously, with all my comrades.
Fantastic. Beautiful. At this point, let's do some rolls for Tolton and some inventing of things.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. We're going to call Arcana the check for this magic item creation, and let me know what it is you're trying to craft, and then we'll do a check.
Is this with regards to the adaptations of the crossbow or
crossbow? Yeah.
Okay. Well, there was 2 things I was looking at. One was trying to configure them so that I could add like an ammo clip to them.
Yep.
Just to the hand crossbow for now. The bigger ones, if anybody's going to use those, they have to come at a later stage while I'm working with hand crossbows. And the other one was to alter it so that I could fire the little orbs.
That's right. Yes. Okay, go ahead and give me the ammo clip check first.
19.
Not quite this time around, but you have done a lot of work towards that. So we're gonna say this is over the course of the 2 days. Yeah. The next time you have a long rest, you can make the check again, and the DC will have gone down.
Okay, excellent.
Brilliant. Go ahead and make one for the modified armbands of binding.
22.
Oh, yeah. So with the 22, you can convert the armbands that you already have to be configured with your crossbow. You will have to do a separate check again to make more of them. Mm-hmm. There's a special ammo type, but for sure that is configured.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Not at all. The other thing that's going to happen with Tolton is because I was watching back on an episode and you asked this and I did not follow up. Oops.
You're taking ownership. That's good.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Big respect.
I had other things in my head at the time, but we're getting to them. You've been working on recording these runes, and you show those to Esme Rose. Esme Rose, this mechanic for this incredible ship. And actually, before I get to the thing I'm going to get to, like, even though this person's not a combatant, some of the effects that she has managed to integrate into this flying ship are very impressive. This thing is
very complicated.
It's very complicated. It's fast. It's got a cloaking mechanism, and she's said to you, this stops scrying spells. This stops people being able to wiretap sendings and stuff like that. All
handy stuff.
All handy stuff. This is a beautiful work of art. This ship does. And then she tells you a little bit about these runes, because she does recognize them, and she says, right, these runes are this is the spell tongue. This is the what are they? There's a name. Alistair would know a little bit. Sophia was the one who really studied this stuff and really had a good handle on it. But this is Aorwen. This is the spell tongue, and basically the way that this works, it's a language that can interface directly with the weave.
Okay.
Usually it takes many years of experimentation for wizards to find exactly the right incantations and gestures and components to produce a certain effect, the effect that they want. Aorwen is a language that is incredibly complicated, but the potential of it is infinite. If you know enough of the words, and you can be specific enough about targeting and triggers and specific effects that you want, you can theoretically design any spell, any effect that you can think of with this spell tongue. The trick of it is that it is a circular language. Any effect that is created with it has to be contained within the effect of a circle. And obviously it takes a lot of study and a lot of work to learn. Even the Grey Orthodoxy, even the people who use this most, really don't have a very good grasp on the full thing. It's incredibly complicated. The more specific you are with the language, the more powerful the effect becomes, which is why potentially if this was you were able to scratch out basically these runes on the outside of your cell, that would have been because it was a very generally worded
I see.
use of the spell.
So the more specific you do something, the more tailored the spell, so to speak, the more difficult it is to counter.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And the other thing she imparts to you is spell tongue is different from most magic. It can work inside anti-magic fields.
That's interesting.
And it seems to be just a superior counter to most magic. Like, if you try to dispel magic on an Aorwen circle, you're going to be far more likely not to succeed than
Have you got this as an alphabet anywhere? Do you know anybody? Would this be anywhere, a library or anything like that I could possibly get this alphabet from?
The best place unfortunately the best place would probably be the Orthodoxy. Would probably be.
I can't see them letting me back in there.
No, that doesn't seem like they're gonna do that. No. I know a little bit. Alistair knows a little bit more than I do. We'll happily teach you everything that we know about it.
All of these that I've got written down on this piece of paper, obviously I've shown them to her. Does she recognise all of them, or are there some there that are unfamiliar to her?
It's a bit of a mix. There are certain words, certain things that she does recognize, and other parts that are not familiar to her. It seems not as simple as a direct translation between any other language and this one. So it's not like a direct alphabetical translation will do the trick, but she's able to show you all of the symbols that she herself knows. So yeah, go ahead and roll. What do I want the check to be?
An easy one.
Yeah.
DC 3. Watch me roll a 1.
Do an investigation roll for me, if you'd be so kind.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, not very good. That's only a 10.
Okay. So this is obviously just something to keep working on. Brilliant. Fantastic. Sort of a day goes by. Is there anything that anything else anybody would like to do over the course of the first day? Going forward?
Only trying to get some materials.
For
making more of these orbs.
I'm going to do a little roll.
While you're making that roll,
yes.
As Thano has a crossbow and uses it himself. If I can get materials and make some more of these, have I been able to tailor his one to be able to shoot them as well, or is it just mine at the moment?
I'm going to say it's just yours at the moment.
Okay. All right. I'll obviously explain to him that it is a work in progress. Now that I've done this, I will continue to work on the ammo clip for his one and possibly modify his one as well.
Brilliant. Esme Rose does not have all of the specific materials that you would need, but that's something like when you're next in a town, you'd be able to pretty easily pick up what you need.
She's got a shopping list of materials that I can...
Yeah.
Perfect.
Could I ask, would I be able to get any hold of any sort of studs and spikes so that Watsit can adapt my armor and add some spikes and studs to it to sort of up its strength?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. That's common enough that people would have those around.
Excellent.
That's the great thing about Watsit, is that he's using very common materials to make very good armor.
And I would carry bits and pieces, as probably would there be on the even ammo. You could tailor ammo to add it to become spiky armor.
Yeah, excellent. So now my leather armor is spiked leather armor.
Do you want it to look particularly menacing as well?
Oh, that would be lovely if you could do that, Tolton. That'd be fantastic.
Definitely,
if you and Watsit could do it.
Yeah, I've worked with him. We could do that.
Yeah, excellent.
When Neil joins us, I'm gonna have you both make a joint check for how scary this armor looks.
and also the improvement in the AC.
Oh yeah.
I'm not just an ugly face.
Suddenly he's got plus 27 spiked leather armor of intimidation.
Anybody who starts within 10 feet has the fear condition and runs away.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Well, there is at one point during this day, when you have a second Rhyodon, Willow is going to come up to you.
Okay. I probably have my horse. I would have fine steed, brought my horse out, and would just be brushing my horse and just because my horse can understand me, is kind of fairly intelligent, because fine steed basically says it's got an intelligence of about 8 or 10, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just basically, gearing it up that we're going to be going through something quite hellish.
Yeah, I think there's absolutely an atmosphere that this mission that you're going on is to take a very powerful item from some very bad people. So this is quite an endeavor that you are embarking on.
Mm-hmm.
Willow comes up to you. and says, "May I?" Gestures to the horse and wants to.
Yeah, sure.
And she says hello to the horse. I'm going to make a little animal handling check for her. But that's very good. She got a base 17. I'm just going to see if she has a very high animal. Oh, geez. All right. Yeah, that's a 22 animal handling.
Just speak to her. She knows.
Yeah. And she does, and seems to get on really well with your horse, and tries to secret him a little bit of apple. She and as she's kind of got his muzzle and kissing his muzzle, she kind of says to you, why did you give me the dagger?
I'm going to take my helmet off and put it down on the side. Oh, bear with me 1 second. Take my armor off, take my helmet off, put it to the side. I'm going to look her dead in the eyes and say, just in case they raise me up.
But, I mean, anybody can do that, and I'm going to be going off with the orphans.
Okay. I understand, but maybe see it as a side quest. I don't know. I'll put hairs on your chest, and I get the helmet, put it back on my head.
She just laughs and put hairs on my chest. I wanted to apologize again for taking it. I'm not very good at this. I thought that if I took it, you would have a reason to come back. And I hearing you talk about dying, it would be really good if you came back.
I'm not going to say anything.
Not going to say anything. She looks awkward and shy, and just kind of nods and goes, I gotta go. And she...
Where she's walking off, I'm going to say, looking away, chin up, it's a long road ahead.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. So she walks away. And at the end of the first day, evening is drawing on, sun is setting. The ship sets down on one of the side of the scar, and Alistair says, right, well, we can't be taking the orphans into an active combat zone, obviously. That would be very irresponsible of us.
But they all got knives.
They've all got knives, which is why, and they're going to have Willow with them, and they're going to have Hans with them. And they're going to go out and find somewhere safe to be. None of us is going to know exactly where they're going because we still don't know how they found out about my sister. Right? We still don't know how that is. So to keep any of us from spilling the beans on where they've gone, these orphans are going. None of us is going to know where they're going.
I'm going to cast message at him and say, do you think the traitors in your camp are ours?
He messages you back, and he says, possibly a traitor, or possibly they can do things to your mind and take information you don't know that you're given. It's equally possible either is true. But I trust all my crew with my life. And
I messaged back going, yeah, they've tricked my mind, so I can, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. For sure. So he says to everyone's like, this is where everybody's going to head out. Best say your goodbyes for now, and I'm sure we'll meet back up again if this all works out. These kids obviously have come to adore you guys.
Some more than others.
A lot of them have really taken to Tolton and his inventions, many to Watson and his knife throwing, but of course, Rat Mama is irreplaceable. And you can see some of them. There's quite a lot of kerfuffle as some of them actually hide themselves on the ship because Rat Mama's not coming with them. They don't want to go without Nezumi. And Caleb comes up to you, Nezumi, and he says, everybody is really going to miss you.
Why is that?
Well, because you're like our new mom. And you've been really good. You've been really nice to everybody. We really like you.
Well, I don't think there's going to be any reason to miss me.
Why is that?
I'm not going anywhere.
This little boy's face lights up as understanding dawns. He goes, will you come with us? You gonna come with us?
How can I just leave you? You're all my kids.
And Dust and Alistair and everyone goes, you're gonna look after, you're gonna look after the kids. You're not gonna come with us on the excursion party.
I just sort of look back and shrug what are you gonna do about
you Nezumi, you know that you were chosen for this task by Avandra. And Avandra asked you to help to free brother. But as this story has continued on, you have been put into several situations that are very dangerous and hard, and have felt overwhelming, while people around you have slaughtered and and killed and been very proficient in combat. It is not so much that you are not a good fighter, you are more of a survivor than a fighter. And you have found what you were looking for all of that time. You have found family and people
Yes!
who depend on you and love you, and you think about it, and Avandra teaches about freedom and about personal freedom, and if she could talk to you, very likely she would want you to follow what you can do to the best of your ability. And the thing that calls to you to do is to look out for these kids. And so, everybody, Nezumi and these kids and Willow, and the woman called Hans, who Hans has a little moment with Gustav and goes, "Hey, next time we see each other, I want a rematch." Oh, couldn't hear that.
Sorry, I put myself on silent now. Takes a good long look at him and says, "Absolutely anytime. And it's a shame that you're not coming with me into battle now, but I'm sure we'll see each other again."
You can count on it. Don't go down to some silly demons, all right?
Never.
Talk about foreshadowing his death.
All right, don't you go killing off another one already, all right?
I don't know. No, I don't have. It's up to the dykes at this point.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
All of these people.
That's my DMs and their dice rolls, isn't it?
It's dice rolls.
How's it
It's
go?
not me.
Oh, look, it's a 20. Sorry.
Oh, look at that.
What's your armor class? 17? Oh, I've got 18.
Yeah, all of these people disembark from the ship, and start to make their way off where you do not know where they will go, and then the ship sets up and off again. Nezumi has departed from the group. Brilliant. The next day passes, and this is war prep. Now you are less than a day out from the spot you have chosen, where you're going to disembark and go into these tunnels and these various places. Is there anything anybody would like to do before the next day passes and then you arrive?
Yeah.
So, is this the second day now?
So yeah, we're going through the second day.
Right.
Alasfian would like to own up to his mistakes and grievances against the party.
He has committed no mistakes at all.
I can't see that happening.
Alasfian, he approaches Tolton.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably Tolton's still working away,
Yeah. He's
crossbows
still...
and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And whereabouts is he? Like, is he outside on the deck working, or
wherever there was sufficient space? I'm guessing it would have probably been below decks. Wherever, if she would allow me to use her workbench, it would have been easier. Otherwise, he'd be doing it in wherever the room he's sleeping in, just to be out of the way of everybody else.
There's the engine room is also kind of a workshop space,
like an engineering shop almost.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where he'd be then.
Okay. Then yeah, he'll find you in there, and he'll look around, see if there's like a crate or something you can nearby Tolton that he can sort of sit down on.
I was going to say, you're already taller than me. You don't need to make it any worse, all right?
No, simply just to sit down on.
That's it. Come down to my level.
Find something, create a barrel, whatever, just something to sort of sit down on, and he'll just sort of watch Tolton for a minute, and then he'll speak and say, "So, are you making progress?"
Kind of. It's taking longer than I'd like, but some progress. But there's still a few kinks and quirks I need to work through and get through to make what I need to make. Is there anything you're after specifically?
Not in particular. I find the things you are able to produce, such as your companion, interesting. Despite my good-natured banter, I find it intriguing.
Well, in what way? What would you like to know? I'm happy to teach. It's no problem.
Well, I just, being one that is so accustomed to flesh and blood, it is interesting to see how useful steel can be in more than just a sharpened edge.
Very much so. And some of the materials they have here are very different to ours back home. More adaptive. Some of them, as you saw on that Faceless Hunter, they can be, through the magics here, they can be tailored even further. This is something else I've been looking at. These runes and things like that. I mean, again, you might have knowledge of runes that I wouldn't possibly know. I'm happy to share with you the information I have about what I've learned about the runes so far.
I would be definitely interested in hearing this. But before we go into that, I just wanted to express my gratitude for the other day when I was, shall we say, embracing my personal culture, and no one else seemed to understand
the bots that knit the flesh together again.
Yes, well, you describe it perfectly. To me, they are the same as your Bessie, was it?
In a manner, but different, because I haven't harnessed how to keep these alive longer. Bessie's alive indefinitely, whereas these they don't last very long.
Unfortunately. Well, I have actually been working on something, and well, perhaps it's something that we could put into use, perhaps to help each other in the coming battle. How much would you say your Bessie weighs, roughly?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure we could work it out here. We've still got travel time. I'm sure they've got plenty of equipment here. They've got scales and things. I'm sure I could weigh her here. Something we could come back to. It's no problem.
Well,
what is it you're trying to get to? What are you trying to do exactly?
Well, I want to try this. Perhaps it could be used to better position her in future encounters. And I cast I prick my fingers first of all, and I let the blood just sort of drip to the ground, and then I sort of start tracing a circle just in the air, and the blood sort of circulates around Tolton's feet, and I say, "Do not worry, this will not hurt. It is just something new that I have discovered," and it sort of fills in a disc below him that then sort of absorbs around his feet, and I cast Levitate to just sort of raise him just a foot or so up to the air.
Woohoo, I'm tall.
Yeah, to sort of bring him up to eye level with me, standing up.
Okay. This is very interesting. How see you're for somebody that is of, shall we say, of religion. I've studied religion, just because it never hurts to know, does it? But this isn't common. Normally people call upon their gods to do this sort of thing. They wouldn't normally use their own lifeblood to do such.
It is a rather uncommon practice. Most of divine casters, and as I'm talking, I lower him back down to the ground and release the spell from him.
Good, I was getting vertigo.
And he continues on, says, most of them, they draw power directly from their gods without a price beyond faith. For me, for my god, I must make a little more of a sacrifice. But in return, I get great power.
So devotion and fealty are different for your god, then?
Somewhat.
Okay. So how do you see this levitate being? Obviously, I don't know how high, how fast, how far you can use it to take things.
Well, you seem to focus more on being at a distance, the distance anyway.
I can mix it up alongside if necessary. It's not a problem.
Well, what if perhaps we could reposition your companion to a more advantageous position, and you could, either be on top of it and giving orders directly, or, giving orders from afar.
I have an... Our DM is laughing. I have a very interesting proposition.
I'm all ears.
If we made her heavy enough, we could drop her on people.
We could. There is, however, there is one slight problem I have noticed. For some reason, and I'm not sure why, when I end this spell on my target, I seem to be unable to enforce gravity's will. They seem to always float to the ground. But perhaps there's some way to counteract that, but I am not sure yet.
I'm sure we could come up with something.
If anyone could, I suppose it would be you.
This ship we're on stays in the air somehow. It has, shall we say, an engine of some description.
Yes.
Maybe we could, if I speak to the good lady upstairs, harness some sort of way of maybe miniaturizing that engine and strapping it in some way to Bessie. Surely an engine making her fall, pushing down would enhance that or counteract that, surely.
Perhaps it would.
Or even funnier, if we could clip these to somebody's belt, we could make them fly away without them realizing it.
That would be fun. Especially if it ended with their bloody firework afterwards.
Exploding or falling into a pulp.
Wonderful notion.
I bet that would be messy. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
That makes two of us.
Excellent. But yes, definitely. I am definitely interested in seeing if we can further this. This sounds very promising. I know that she's never surprised. You know, it's one of the things we worked on. She doesn't suffer from she has no internal blood and stuff, so poisons and things like that have no effect on her. And she can't be caught surprised, shall we say. Because she isn't like us. Yes. And this is the other reason why I've taken a step back. If we're going to confine space, as we saw, Watsit's definitely, he's definitely in the thick of things. We've also got several other, more than able fighters now. Having another person alongside could be difficult. However, she can go in and impose disadvantage against people by being in their way, so that it can help the people in close quarters. So that's the other reason why she's so good. But if you can then get her in there or behind the enemy, or get their attention on her while she's flying in miraculously, which would be a sight to see, it could be enough to put them off even further. Definitely, this is something I'd love to work on further.
Exactly my thoughts.
And while we're doing it, if you so desire, I'm sure you've obviously got a penchant for hurting yourself. We could possibly work on maybe upping the potential of pain, shall we say, of the bots that heal.
Well, that sounds wonderful indeed.
Okay. More than happy to oblige.
Well, I'm definitely going to hold you to that exchange of notes on those runes that you have.
Yeah, I've got them in front of me. They're on the workbench next to me, so you're more than welcome to sit and read through them. I'll explain what I know.
Isn't if I'm not imposing, I will.
That's fine.
Exactly that.
That's fine. Excellent.
So yeah, Alistair will do exactly that while Tolton continues sort of working away. He'll sort of flick through his notes on what he's learned on the runes.
Go ahead, and since you are also learning the runes, give me an investigation check.
Righto.
As we're working on it together, can I give him advantage?
Yes.
Awesome.
And not that this is based out of self-interest. Being the second day, he would have had a long rest. So
You
would
would
it
have had a
Tolton
long
be able to re-roll to see whether he can adapt said crossbows?
Okay, so I got 2.
Second day, we would have rested.
Give me 1 second. What did you get, Osprey?
Sorry. So I got 2 very opposite extremes. So the advantage was definitely warranted. The first roll came out as a 4, and the second roll came out as an 18.
Great. So if you had been doing this on your own, wouldn't have gone so well. But thanks to Tolton helping you out,
What are
you're
friends
going pretty
for?
well. You start to get a rough idea, kind of like Tolton does, of what's going on. And Neil is with us. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
there he is. How you doing, bub?
I'm good. I am really good. Smiling, still smiling. It's all
Brilliant. Good.
Good.
So happy for you, and I'm glad that
Yeah,
you.
why are you smiling, Neil?
good. Why am I smiling?
Why
I'm
are you smiling?
Because my wife and I, after 9 years of struggling, we had a baby boy today arrive.
Woohoo!
Arrive on Thursday. So all is good. All is good in the
Yes.
world.
Hi,
Congratulations.
new
Very,
daddy.
very cute.
Yes, thank you very much.
He's lovely.
It's he is awesome as well. He is.
You make the best dad, Neil.
Ah,
Yeah,
thanks.
mate, that'd be
Nice.
wicked.
Honestly, and then my wife's got past the frustration of me, having a gammy foot today.
Yeah, but now
It's,
she's got to deal with 2 children.
That's true. This is very true. This is very true. But the little fellow is sleeping through.
Excellent, excellent.
Lovely.
Doing awesome. I've already
Excellent.
talked to him about role playing.
Working on it early.
Yeah.
Get those important things
I have a
done.
clear plan and strategy on how to indoctor and instruct him.
Right, just one thing.
Yeah.
You can't continually paint him green in the hope of him becoming, a full
Goblin. You start with a goblin.
and then mature it up. Eventually, it turns into what, a trial or something?
yeah. Absolutely. He'll pick his own class. Definitely.
Excellent way of putting it, actually.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
He definitely will. But cool. Sorry, I interrupt.
No, not at all.
Good to
We
see
we just actually finished a little thing. Just as a recap, we everybody has trained and gotten their feats. The orphans, along with Willow, Hans, and Nezumi, have all disembarked from the ship to go somewhere that is not being disclosed to anybody on the ship, so that nobody can give it away, even by mistake.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So even if people read your mind.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What's it, the worthless? Neil Hara, could you tell us what feat you have chosen and how you have acquired it through your training?
Yes. So the feat I have chosen is a gift from Grumsh's wife, which she helps me heal a bit more and have a bit more access. So she's with some. I spent the evening in the night and a couple of days communicating and working out a system using cantrips to communicate with Grumsh. So kind of a little bit like Morse code, but
Yeah.
casting a cantrip, and so we work out a system, and basically Grumsh's wife thought this was awesome, and I was smarter than I normally am, and she gave me a kiss on the cheek and her blessing.
Beautiful. So we will see the way that this manifests itself as we go forward. But yes, Luthic, wife of Grumsh,
Yes, that's
has
right.
also given her blessing to What's it, the Worthless. So
That
you got the whole...
Luthic is Grumsh's wife.
Yeah. brilliant. Bum. I think you've come just in time for. We're gonna say that the second day passes, and we get into the evening, and this is the last night before you head out to get this this item back. So yeah, this is the final night that you all have before going into combat, potentially. Anybody like to do anything before you go to bed?
Yes, I'm going to go onto the deck of the ship, and I'm going to say, what is everyone doing? Before a fight, we have to have a drink. It's a custom. And I sit down.
Alistair goes, I like this man. This is get the ale. And lots of beer is brought up.
Oh, one thing. As it's been over time and days and everything else, firstly, is there any chance I can do another check as per Thanos' question? But secondly, as I can redo infusions literally every day,
yes,
and we've got one more night, haven't we?
Before fighting, yep.
Right. I'm going to say that my, if it's all right with you, Thano, because I can do your armor again, that's not a problem. And we were working on his armor. You need to sort out what your armor's going to be.
Yes.
Because you needed Neil for that, didn't we? We needed Neil for that. I'm going to say that it doesn't, well, ideally, if that's all right with you, that your armor, the +1 on your armor is not working at the moment. And because I can, oh no, it doesn't matter. We'll do that another time. Doesn't matter. Ignore me completely. Carry on. I was going to do something, but it doesn't matter. We're working on your armor. We need to make sure it works. Ignore me.
We'll need to clarify what to do with the armor.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll do that. That's right. I was just going to make an alchemy joke. That's all, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, yes, because it's a new day, you could make one more check. You can go ahead and make me that that Arcana check now, if you would like, Tolton.
Okay, let's look.
Right, is this on the armor or for the crossbow?
This is for the crossbow.
The crossbow.
Cool. Yeah.
The armor we will do with Neil. So.
Yeah.
That's
17.
Right. 17 does not beat the new DC.
Don't worry. We've got time.
We'll get there.
You're gonna get there. DC has been lowered again. Because you got again, you have been.
It's a work in progress. It's one of them things you just slowly. Well, that didn't work, so that's one thing off the list. Let's work on the next one. Yeah,
for sure. Neil, Thano was wondering if you could enhance his armor with spikes and things and make him look really scary. Your mic is.
You're muted.
You're muted, Neil.
Sorry, Neil, you are.
You're muted.
Oops.
Let's try that again.
Well, excuse you. You're tired, baby daddy.
Excuse me.
That's twice.
Twice.
I've done it.
So, yes, that's definitely no problem at all. I will use the blessing of Grumsh to do this.
Beautiful. You and Tolton together can make a roll to make this happen. Do you have? I know you have Tinker's tools, Tolton. Do you have Smith tools? Or are they also Tinker tools?
I do.
Brilliant.
As long as I've got Tinker's tools, I can make Smith's tools anyway, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
And the same, and me too.
Fist bump.
Yeah. So you guys make checks with those tools, if you'd be so kind.
23.
23.
Is it worth me rolling?
Yes.
Okay. So what are we rolling for that? Just a D20 and add in
whatever it is for your Tinker's tools.
Where'd you get the info for that? Silly question.
Tool checks are
proficiency bonus plus your whatever skill you'd be using, which I imagine is dexterity.
I'm int based.
Oh, you're int based, so it'd probably be int.
Yeah,
okay.
so yeah, you'd be int.
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. So 20.
28 and a 23. Thana, would you like to describe how awesome you look?
Well, I have a combination of wondrous sort of forks and then sort of, spikes that Tolton's adapted, just sort of coming out my armor. You can just imagine I've kind of, got like shoulder pieces coming over here with just like massive spikes. So if I went like that, I'd be able to spike someone in the head. If I block with my arm, there's just sort of, do you remember, Shredder from Teenage Mutant? That kind of just, those kind of spikes so I can slash with my arm. And yeah, just all over, rather menacing. Not particularly comfortable for cuddles, so me and Watson will have to work that out. But,
but you might have a new friend. Yeah, I was going to say, you might have a new best friend now.
But me and Alice Payne, we might rock it on. So yeah.
Yeah, but can I add something that Thano wouldn't notice first of all, because it's difficult to put on. So what I've added to it is that he's got a big spike that actually sticks out of his basically rear, so it looks like he's got a tail.
Good luck sitting down.
And yeah,
nice.
No, it just sticks out, but he doesn't know it's there. So I snigger every time I see it.
Speaking of sitting down, Rhydon invites everybody to join in a drink. The evening before, and Alistair and Dust, Esme Rose, and her dad all come and join you around for a drink.
It's a custom in Gorendia. All the soldiers tell war stories the night before. So I'll briefly mention one. About 5 years ago, there was a war between Verano and a large satrapy that was connected to it. They requested Gorendia's aid, and we arrived. Now, that doesn't matter. What matters is that what we are going through now is very, very, very similar. And we've all come together in this unity and this harmony, and which represents going forward that we will win regardless of who falls tomorrow. Does anybody have anything to say?
I think we're all awesome, and well, obviously, Grumps is the most awesomeness, but I think you're right. I think we're a band of brothers and sisters, and that we can do big things together, all of us. I think we've been through lots individually, but now we've come together to do lots together, and actually we shouldn't underestimate what we've achieved so far and what we are going to achieve. And I'm what's it worthless? I don't die. I just go to the bar with Grumch.
Ralph, Gustav, Quintus, who's kind of your right hand, kind of gives you a little nudge and goes, you could tell a story or two about the Hellhound Raiders and some of the big bad beasties that we've killed.
Firstly, before he does anything, he goes down to the side where he's sitting and he pulls out a bottle of something and puts it on his knee. And he goes, "This isn't the most expensive stuff. This isn't the tastiest stuff, but it's going to get you hammered." And then he gets everybody.
But before you hand it over, I'm going to struggle to pronounce this. Can I cast Prestidigitation and flavour it with the most gorgeous flavour of wine?
Gustav stops you and says, No, not tonight. You take this the same as everybody else, mate.
Want this to burn.
Yeah. You take this like everyone else, bro.
And I'll say, Dano, since when have you been posh? Don't give me that nonsense. Just drink gruel most of the time.
Even I don't drink wine like that, and I'm a prince.
So he gives you all like very small glasses, like shot glasses, but obviously not now. And yeah, and he goes, it's a custom here to drop the drink in like a depth charge, and then just bang it back. So he's holding this tankard, and he's got his drink like that, and waits for everybody to follow suit. Yeah,
We'll do the same.
Yeah. There you go. And I'll drink it and down it, and I'll go, tastes like mouthwash.
He's kind of surprised that like that the half orc is like, I haven't even finished, and he's like necking back his drink already.
Oh, sorry, I need another one.
Yeah, notices that his bottle's gone missing, and then he's like, blah, blah. But to death or glory, and he's just like blah 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 blah. Necks it back. Story wise, there's been some horrific things that we fought against over the last 20 years. I wish a lot of these stories could be funny and have nice endings, but a lot of the time it comes down to a lot of men losing their lives. But I will say this: if you stand with me, I will stand with you to the very end. And he's like,
to the very end,
to his chest.
I likes you, Gusto.
Thanks, my green skin friend.
That's
I can't wait for you to buy me a drink after the battle.
Yeah, I'll buy you a drink. Don't worry about that.
Nice.
Brilliant.
I think just kind of the festivities go on for a while, and I'm going to let you all know that while I'm doing this, I'm kind of trying to inspire you all so you get all rolled up for tomorrow. And inspiring leader goes off, and you'll gain 9 temporary hit points.
Oh,
excellent.
Rad.
And I'll get drunk.
For sure. Dust gets drunk way faster than everybody else. More than once, he shows off how fast he can go and ends up flying off the side, and Alistair has to go grab him and bring him back. The ship. But yeah, shenanigans.
Did you say that as it's a new day, I can have a go at fixing his crossbow? Because he's not going to let this lie otherwise.
No, because no. I'm going to say.
Because I didn't make it earlier, did I?
No. So you've spent 2 days working on it, and on the third, this is the morning of the third day when you all get up. There are other things to do than modify a crossbow. So the next time you have a long rest, you can have a go at it.
No worries.
Alrighty. The next morning, everybody is up. It's quite early. And Alistair's banging on doors, waking people up, going, "Everybody up! We're here. We've arrived. Come on!"
As he's doing that, I'm going to pass him in the corridor and go, right?
Right on, my man!
I'm ready to go. I'm fighting fit. Ow.
Yeah,
Good
much
stuff
like,
is gonna...
go on ahead.
No, I'd say good stuff is like walking around looking like really chipper, but he hands round everybody like a hangover remedy, and it's like an egg white, some moss, and some lard. And it's like, you need to get this down here. This is what's going to get you through this battle. And you see him just sort of like just looking all chipper, and he's like, I promise you, you will not be regretting it after drinking it.
Ingredients in the comments down below, please.
Ultimate hangover cure.
So, Alicefian, much like Riodon, being that Alicefian only needs 4 hours for a long rest, he'll have been up pretty early. He'll have got his 4 hours in the trance, and then he'll probably be out on the deck, just sort of waiting. But he'll positioned himself so he's in the shadow of the mast. Assuming there's a mast on the ship.
Yeah.
He'll be in the shadow of the mast. Obviously, for obvious reasons, he doesn't quite like direct sunlight. But he'll be up early. Won't really have much of a hangover, being an elf and all, and difficulties and getting drunk. But
a very Legolas of you.
Yeah. Is that a tingling? He'll be up and he'll be ready. He'll have all of his things. He'll actually be sitting with his cat o' nine tails in one hand and his new sword in the other, ready to go.
Brilliant. Right. So, you guys see that you have pulled up. You are some ways down the scar, this fissure in the ground. Next to where the ship is floating is a platform and a large open tunnel that bores its way into the rock and goes off into blackness and obscurity. Alistair says, this is where we're dropping you guys off. Our point is a little bit further on, so we're going to investigate there. But he hands Rhydon and Gustav sending stones. And he says, we'll be in communication. We'll see, and if anything goes down on your end, you let us know. If anything goes down on our end, we let you know.
Okay,
we'll be able to talk the whole time.
I'm going to take out a bit of a cloth or linen and wrap it around the sending stone, then wrap it around the Pelor brooch so it just hangs there.
Cool.
FYI, kind of like a walkie-talkie.
Like a walkie-talkie. Brilliant. They go, right, this is it. We got to find Garazan's base. We got to get that Gamath orb and preferably get out alive. So I wish you all the best, my new friends from Sygalia. This is valiant work we do, and if we succeed, the curse of Deriphel will be lifted forever. This world will be a much safer place.
The rat folk, where will they be stationed?
The Ratfolk and the Dreltar have started marching. They have subterranean ways of getting around, and they are going on foot, which is a little bit slower than us on our sky ship. So they are still probably a day and a half, 2 days away from.
That's fine. That's fine, as long as we know they're on the way.
They're on their way. Right.
Safe travels. Don't die.
You as well, my friend. You as well. You see his eyes do that thing where they glow blue and lightning crackles, and you can smell lightning around him, and he goes, "You ready, Dust?" And Dust starts to vibrate and to glow with light, and he goes, yes, I am very ready to kick some demon butts. He goes, "We'll be all right. Ciao for now." You guys get off. Get off of the Alacrity. The Alacrity takes off, and you are faced with this tunnel. And I think that is a good place to have a little break.
Sounds good.
We'll do
Sounds good.
10 minutes, 15 minutes, back by 8:40 if possible. And then we will go into the depths of the underground of Vulpikar. See you when we get back.
See you soon.
Dirty.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to the episode. We were just in the middle of a conversation. Everybody was getting ready for for combat, so there were a couple of questions going around. But in terms of where everybody is positioned, I will ask. There will be a time when I ask you specifically to arrange that. And for the moment, if it's all right, we will. Table that, we'll continue, and then that will come pretty quickly. Brilliant. So, you guys start to make your way through these subterranean tunnels, and as you go, the light vanishes behind you, and you start to follow it along a curve and then around, and it is pitch black down here. Even those of you with dark vision are going to have a hard time seeing without a light source. With the exception of those with superior dark vision who are going to be able to see within 30 feet. It's very, very dark. Yeah, you guys start making your way around, along, and there comes a point when there is a split off. There are two directions, one to your left and one to your right. How would you like to proceed?
I cast Divine Sense.
Okay. What's the range? How far can you sense?
Give me a sec.
Yeah.
It is 60 feet.
Okay.
And my choice is undead.
You choose undead within 60 feet. You do not sense any undead within 60 feet. But how long does that spell last for?
Give me a second. End of your next turn. So 6 seconds.
Okay, cool. So 6 seconds. You do a little divine sense pulse and don't feel any undead.
Okay.
I think now might be the time to let everybody know what the feat is you took. Brilliant. You cast Detect Magic. I need you to roll initiative. Just you, not everybody else. Just Alisfane. Fantastic. You see a hovering slightly behind what's it? You see a little glowing white silver orb of light that gently pulsates. You see it, you clock it, and it vanishes. But you got it with Detect Magic.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I just saw the chat there. For some reason, OBS was muted, so that wasn't coming through the stream. Yes. So what I had said that wouldn't have been heard there. The feat I took was Detect Magic. I just cast Detect Magic without using a. I just cast Detect Magic without using a spell slot because, again, the feat Drow High Magic, and what Josh described then ensued. My roll was unnatural 20, by the way.
It was an unnatural 20, which is a lot higher than the initiative that I rolled back here. You saw this little glowing, pulsating light behind what's it, and you got it with Detect Magic. You know that what you have seen is a divination spell.
Okay.
and that was tied to what's its ring. That's where you saw the magic come from. In terms of
horrible feelings.
Okay. Then I turn to Watson, and I get closer because I want to whisper. I say, my tall, green-skinned friend, I have learned something rather dangerous. I realize that a lot of you don't have a lot of reason to trust me. That is fair. We have a lot of cultural differences. So if you really must consider why I would be telling you this, you can call it self-preservation if you want. But the ring you're wearing is charmed in some way beyond what we believe it does. Yes, it may allow you to connect with your god once more, but I believe, based on something I just saw, that they are tracking us through it.
Ah, Grumps is watching me.
Are you sure?
I've been talking to him.
And you're positive it is Grumps?
Yeah. He knows stuff. Someone else wouldn't know it. You know, his wife likes me now. She gave me a kiss. Who else would it be?
Perhaps the ones we took the rings from?
I'll tell you what, I'll swap mine for yours.
Well, I don't really want anyone to be wearing the rings that could be tracking
All right,
us.
I'll have yours, and then you can do what you want with this one.
No.
All right, and I'll keep it.
Aha.
Grumps.
He sort of takes a step back and he says, does anyone else like the idea of the Orthodoxy being able to track us through what's its ring?
So you that
Grumps.
thinks they're tracking us?
Yes, Grumps.
Personally,
Okay.
I'd rather a fight, straight up face-to-face fight anyway. So I'll
Bring
bring
on.
them on. I don't like this subterfuge stuff really, but that's why we're working on getting.
That's the Thano way. I think I learned that. That's the Thano way. That's sub. Yeah, it's the Thano way.
The thing is, there's a chance that they know now that we know. In fact, it's probably true that they know.
Princey, what is it we know?
No, not we. Them.
All right, okay, all right.
The issue probably
I'm
is that they know
confused.
we are coming, and we could well be walking into a trap. And considering they have resources well beyond our comprehension, we could walk in and all be dead before we even realize that they are there. And as much as I enjoy pain and suffering, I can't do a whole lot of it if I am dead.
Just for clarification, you are not in Grey Orthodoxy territory. You are in, you're in the territory of the army of Deriphel, under the control of Garazan. These two forces are opposed to one another. So
there's a good chance that they would be able to counter anything that they have anyway.
Yeah, but wouldn't you guys wouldn't really know that, would you? Since you're not really familiar with the land, you wouldn't really know this territory.
Isn't Lieutenant Gustav? Wouldn't he know?
You guys would have been part of the war meeting. Part of the debrief would be that you are going into territory that is unmapped and belonging to Deriphel's army, to Garazan. So you would know that this is not the Grey Orthodoxy. Don't have a presence here.
He's not so much worried that they're walking into Grey Orthodoxy territory, so much as they have had a couple of days. It was a couple of days ago that this plan was told to us. If they were aware of that, they've had at least a couple days to prepare something for us. Maybe if they are not there, so to have prepared something to make sure that we fail.
and they've got to, be quite lucky with their divination spell because it only lasts like 10 minutes, I think, or a minute, something like that.
Or we don't know the extent to which they have charmed this ring for all we know.
I find it's Grumsh anyway. He's watching over me. Pew pew.
Yeah, but he might be angry you kissed his wife.
No, he's not. He's not angry at me. He's never angry at me. I've been chatting to him, I told you.
Yeah, but if you're going all...
Well, it's understandable. I've got, magnetic charm.
You orcs have a fantastic culture. Let me just say that.
Absolutely.
Do you know what? I believe that they are by far the most cut out for this job. So, do you know what? Perhaps we should take a brief vote. All in favor of the orcs marching on ahead about 100 feet? And I'll say
it sounds like Lucifer's a scaredy cat.
Oh, not at all. I just want to confirm that this is your god.
I think he's trying to get my ring, to be honest.
We're not back on them chickens again, are we?
Yeah, we're back on the chickens. I'll go ahead. I'm not scared.
You go ahead, then.
No. The reason why I wear a red cape is because, well, the blood.
Oh, it doesn't show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
But how do people know you killed someone then? What's the point of that?
Yeah. Well,
see, this is why you're fantastic culture. And we're so different. I'd like to know more.
Oh, would you like a cuddle?
You want a cuddle? Princey wants a cuddle. Princey wants a cuddle. And I'll come running up and give you a cuddle.
There is a time and a place. Oh, God. Embrace it.
The point is, there is a significant chance that the Grey Orthodoxy have known about our plan for a couple of days and may have prepared something, even if we are not going to encounter them themselves, but to ensure that we fail in our mission here today. And they have been watching you through your ring.
All right, never mind. Well, they know it's too late now, isn't it?
Somebody could identify the ring. It could be plain as
simple. Oh, yeah, I could do that.
You could identify the ring. That's a 10-minute ritual.
Yeah, well, I could do it. You can cast it as a spell as well.
If you want to cast it as a spell. Alice Fane, the other thing that you sense with your detect magic is very dim magic coming from one of the two directions. Magic seems pretty banal, pretty harmless. Okay. Doesn't feel like it's infernal.
Which pathway was it coming from?
The left.
Left. This pencil. Hang on. So it's coming from the left, and it seems harmless.
Yep.
Did you say it feels infernal? Did you say, or doesn't?
Not infernal.
Non-infernal.
Yep.
Left path. Can I tell what school of magic it is?
Just because I don't know what school of magic it is, and it'll take a minute to find out. No, you just know that it is. Wait. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll find out.
Sorry, I know that's a part of the detect magic is.
I think I know what school of magic it is.
Transmutation.
Transmutation. Left path.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Let's follow our nose and go right.
Yes,
go the other way.
Right? Yes, of course. Yeah. So. You learn at school. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. So it's within range of the detect magic then, if I can sense it.
Yeah.
And then as also part of the detect magic, then there's I can see the aura around it.
This is it's behind a certain amount of so how the detect magic can sense it through a certain amount of material, can't it?
Yeah. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 foot of wood.
Cool. You can sense the faint edge of the aura coming from behind the left side wall of the left path.
Okay.
Do you identify the ring? What's it?
Yeah. I'm guessing we haven't got 10 minutes, so I'll do it as a first level spell.
Fantastic. You go ahead and identify as a first level spell. What you hear a little explanation that goes, yes, this is a ring that allows for communication to the world of Sygalia. Its effects have been severely dampened by the application of Aorwen runes and a marker symbol has been placed on it, which, when replicated in the use of powerful scrying magics, allow the target to be specified in the language of Aorwen, in the spell tongue.
So, if I understand that right, so it just allows someone to track you.
Yeah, it allows somebody to track.
Gives you a dot on a sat nav.
Exactly.
Yeah. Does it say who? If I concentrate on who actually can see it.
On who can? No. So that's the actual item itself. Just has the little tracker symbol on it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't lead back anywhere. It would be used in the casting of scry.
Yeah. So it's just a tracker. It doesn't allow people to scry as such.
No, somebody actually has to cast scry. It just gives them a target.
Yeah. Okay. And who created the item?
Does Identify tell you that?
Yeah, it gives you the details.
Give me 1 second.
Hang on. Whether it requires achievement, you can learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you'll learn which spell it was created. You learn its properties and how to use them.
Cool.
Whether it requires achievement.
So you see that it is spell tongue that is used, so it's not a specific spell, but it does not tell you who created the spell, who created the item.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go. Yeah, I was right. It was Grumsh.
Go ahead and roll me deception, please.
Yeah, Alice Fane's not believing a word of it.
Anybody who likes to can roll.
Neil, are you going to share this information about the runes?
About the runes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll share the information about the runes. But it's a 21 because I got 19 plus 2.
Fantastic. So that's the DC for anybody who wants to learn that what's it is lying.
I just wanted to solve an argument.
What did you get?
21.
21. I beat you by 1. I got a 16 plus 6.
Cool. Yep.
These details, I'm just going to note them down as well. Then.
Yeah.
These extra runic details that he's given me, just so that I've got something else for later comparisons.
Cool. Yeah, it's just an extension of the knowledge that you already got from Esme Rose. That it could be used.
It all adds up.
Absolutely. So yeah, Alice Fane, you can tell that your hunch is correct, that this is not Grumsh.
When he sort of realized that, he just sort of shakes his head and he just says, "And so again the orc lies through his grimy teeth."
Whatever. Are we carrying on or what? I'll tell you what, I'll swap the ring with yours.
I don't want your ring and you're not getting mine.
Well, there you go, you're not getting mine.
Sounds fair.
Well, I'm going to go in between both of you. So look,
yeah. Either way,
we need to go.
Yeah, all right. And so
stay here, you two, or we just need to go.
I'm right. I'm going. I'm right. I'm not the one with the problem.
All right. Have you divulged Alice Swain that you've seen anything?
Oh yeah. As part of the you pointing everything out. Yeah, I've told what I saw.
Fantastic. So, which direction do you guys want to go? There's a banal magic coming from the left behind the wall.
Josh, I've got my unit with me as well, haven't I? Or is it just me?
And there are the 10. Your 10 Hellhound Raiders are with you guys as well.
Cool. I mean, I'm guessing I can command them.
Yeah.
I can send.
Yeah.
So I say like, stone west, and I want them point down the left-hand tunnel and recon, and come back to me. And tell me what you see.
One of them takes out a pair of hatchets. The other one takes out a mace. They run forward. They examine the bit of wall, and they call back. There's definitely a hollow space behind here. Maybe even another tunnel set.
Excellent. Okay, and I want to send Nicola and Delaney down the right-hand tunnel, just maybe like 60 foot.
Yep.
See if they can come back with any recon as well.
Seems like the corridors continue to branch out further down on the right-hand side.
Okay, I pass intelligence on to the rest of the party and say, obviously, look, there seems to be like another tunnel down this side. Someone mentioned that they sense some magic on the other side of this wall.
Yes.
You want we should knock it down, boss?
Go ahead. Quintus, you're the one who's
Quintus,
our explosive guy.
Quintus goes over, attaches some C4 to the wall. Everybody step back! Boom! This wall shatters. Nin.
I die before I'm even introduced.
Nin, could you just make a dexterity saving throw for me?
A natural 20.
Ooh! You hear voices on the other side of this wall where you have been you've been kneeling, and you're able to get out of the way as this hole bursts open. And as these two guys come in and people start to investigate, would you like to introduce your new character for us, please?
I will introduce her by attacking them. What are you doing? What's going on? So, roll initiative? Question mark?
If these guys are going to be going through first, so it's going to be Quintus Stone and one of the other ones. I can't remember which one you said.
West, I think it was.
West.
Oh no, Nicola.
Nicola. These guys step through and call out, "Sir, there's an elf back here. What would you? You go ahead and roll initiative against these three guys."
21.
Jesus Christ, you go first. Okay, this is not the right music for this.
Okay, well, I am going to turn into a gaseous form.
Aren't we all gaseous forms, really? On the inside.
Such a lovely broken spell.
Yeah.
Such a smell fills the air.
The surgeon would be proud.
I'm just gonna turn into a gaseous form and slip past them and sort of scope out how many people there are.
So you were minding your own business. You found yourself in these tunnels, and that was kind of fun. There were mushrooms as you went around. Lovely mushrooms. You picked them up. Some of them are poisonous. Some of them are nice. You wandering around, and then you hear some voices barking on the other side of this wall. You put your ear up, kind of go, what is that? And then realize what's happening. Move out of the way. Boom, big explosion. 3 men, armored with various weapons, come through. You turn into a gaseous form and go out into the hall, where you see 14 other people.
It's the crew coming
down
to get
the
you.
corridor. Some of them are very clearly have the same colors and are part of a military unit, and then there are an eclectic group as the other 7. Or as the other 6, rather. Oh wait, no, it's less than that. It's 13, because I was including Nezumi in that count, and that's not right. So 5 eclectic, and then Lieutenant Gustav with these 7 other men.
Do any of them stand out as sort of important, or like maybe like they might lead?
I mean, my arm is gold, but all right.
Yeah, Riot
I don't like that pressure. Is that a responsibility?
Have you got like symbols of rank on your lapels or anything like that?
Yeah, for the purpose of this, I'll probably have like some kind of
So-
Okay, well, who looks the fanciest?
For the purpose of this,
Prince.
Gustav, it looks like a military man, but Riodon looks like a friggin' prince.
This is my ceremonial gown. I was only on a diplomacy mission. My real arm is back home.
Is that right?
Okay.
Fancy pants.
Well, in my gaseous form, I move behind Riodon, and like quickly, like I pull out my dagger and hold it to his throat.
So you revert back to your usual form and have your dagger to his throat. Depending on the way that this situation goes, we will do initiative for everybody else. But Riodon, you feel a knife on your throat.
Okay, I attempt to parry.
Okay. Asai, are you making an attack with your knife, or are you just holding it up to his throat?
I'm like behind him, so I've got like my knife my arm is like around on his throat. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sort of like threatening, like what, like trying to
Do you say or indicate anything else besides the knife?
I stomp my foot.
You guys all see this elf manifest behind the prince.
Hello. I don't think Princey likes that. Who are you?
She takes her other hand without the dagger and points at you.
What?
She just does it again. She's like,
My dear, currently this isn't wise. You are surrounded. You might have a dagger up to my throat, but honestly, it won't do much. Who are you? What do you want? And we'll just go from there.
I sort of like, still with the knife to your throat, I sort of like pull on you to sort of like bring you down so that you have to like go on your knees.
Oh, that's so difficult. I've tried to get a suit of armor before. Okay, this guy doesn't skip leg day, and he squats.
Oh, making a prince go on his knees.
Yeah.
Oh, you just know
I
you squatted
take out my other dagger. Like, I have 2 daggers. I take out my other dagger with my other hand and start carving my name into the stone beside me.
Very cool. I assume, is that common, Elvish?
It's in common, but it's like very. It could look better, you know. It looks like a child wrote it.
Could you describe what your character looks like? or because we still don't have a description of what Asai looks like.
I have so many pictures of her. If you want me to like present a slideshow.
Well, I wasn't ready, but you know.
But you know, we got time. Don't worry. I've got it all prepared and everything. I got her whole life story right here. She is a blue-haired moon high elf. So like her skin is very pale. She's got beautiful blue hair. It's short, but it's got 2 long bits in the front. She's quite tall. Not like really tall, but she's quite tall. She's average build, not skinny, not incredibly strong or anything. She's wearing leaves as clothes, and she has several bags on her. And that's her.
Brilliant. And you see the name Asai written in the stone beside her.
What's that mean?
Oh.
Turned invisible.
Is it gaseous? No,
She
no.
points to
These elves.
herself.
Ah, is that your name?
She nods.
Ah, all right. Well,
Points at you again.
what's it?
I'm assuming you can't speak then, or you're choosing not to.
She shakes her head.
Is that you can't speak?
She nods her head.
Why?
She shrugs.
Is someone cut your tongue out?
She sticks her tongue out at you, but like not in a rude way, and a like no. See, I got
Do you want your tongue cut out?
She looks at you, her brows furrow, and she's like, she's still like got the knife to the guy's
I
throat,
was
so
going
she's like,
say, what's it, please? Never
What?
become a diplomat.
That's why I was thinking is my next mission. I was just coded. I don't actually know what diplomat means.
Again, a culture that goes on untold.
All right.
What's it? I think he's being mean.
Oh, he's being mean.
No.
Just cut his throat.
she like gets ready to. She's like, oh.
He's all right. He's a prince. I'm sure he can take it.
Just looks at you in confusion, like, huh?
Yeah, most people do that.
We find out if he's got blue blood instead of red.
Oh, that's true.
I think this would be. Oh, sorry, Josh. Go on.
No, all I was going to say was, are there any ongoing magical effects at this time?
Nothing from me.
Yeah.
The divine sense is a pulse. The detect magic, it will be gone by now.
When detect magic ends, because he has like total, it's basically like a cantrip to him now. He'll just refresh it. That's why he's not sort of saying too much as regards to the situation. He's just sort of keeping an eye out around them, seeing, observing the situation that's happening, but also watching around him.
Right on the edge of your detect magic, on one side of on one of these 2 paths, you feel ambient infernal power starts to. This is further down the left-hand path.
Okay. The second he detects that, he will put his hand up and he'll say, as much fun as this situation is, and I do love seeing a prince or a diplomat, however you want to say it, be brought to his knees. I believe we have some company.
Gustav says, "What kind of company?"
Well, I do believe I'm detecting a hint of, what's that, infernal?
Oh,
Gustav
that's
straight
demons.
Gustav straight away activates his demon sense that comes with his armor to try and sort of gauge sort of like the distance and the location straight away.
I know, we're about to have some fun.
Oh, let's get ready.
Down the left-hand corridor, you the wording on that is it tells you what type as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hasty.
Down this this tunnel, you can feel just on the edge of your awareness, and then clop, 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 clop. You feel 2 infernal signatures. One is a nightmare. You know these are fire horses. And on top of it is a cambion. You know these are red-skinned demon people with wings and infernal heritage. And down the hall comes Tut, tut, tut. These are the people that were sent to find us? Yes? Oh, squabble, squabble. Grikkelenk likes. And emerging from the darkness, wreathed in flame, is this figure on a nightmare black horse with fire mane, fire coming from its hooves, and this cambion atop it, slightly squatter than some other cambion that you've known, carrying a dark black spear and bewinged. He says, I thought you would have gotten further than this by now. Squabble.
Can I instantly throw up a bless spell on me, Thano, and Tolton?
Everybody roll initiative.
Should I re-roll?
No, 21's going to do it for you.
Okay.
Sure.
Ooh, I won't argue with that.
I'll see you up there with a 21 as well. 19 plus 2.
What's your dex?
2. Yours is probably
Tolton, was that 11?
No, I got 16.
Or, sorry, Tolton, you got 16. Thano, what did you get?
7.
Thano got 7. What's it?
6.
9.
9, and Rhydon got 6.
16.
Oh, that's better.
Did I get the bless spell off before?
No. Okay. No, I'm gonna say that we just go into initiative.
Okay. That might mean I might change what I do then.
Cool.
I won't have been casting a spell, but while the demon was talking, can Alisfian have been sort of kind of having the look on his face that says, all right, here we go. Just unbuttoning his the top of his coat to prepare for battle.
For sure. Forgive me.
I rolled 17, by the way, Josh, as well.
17? Beautiful. Yeah. I was just about to ask. I forgot to roll for your men. All right.
Yeah, good luck with all of that. Have fun.
Thank you. Your name's Gustav. I forgot for a second. Gustav, and then Tolton, Ryan, Don, very cool. Cool. So here we are. At the top of the order is this cambion who has introduced himself as Grikkelenk. Grikkelenk is going to turn around and ride away from you, and as he goes, he's going to shoot 2 fire rays back over his shoulder. One of them is going at Gustav, and one of them is going at Rhydon. He's going to roll those. The one going at Rhydon is only an 11, but the one going at Gustav is a 24.
Is there anything I can do to prevent this, since he's sort of like in my holding?
It kind of bounces off my chest.
Yeah, so Rhydon's fine.
Doesn't matter that.
And oh my god. I've never rolled 3d6 and gotten 3 6s before.
Oh.
Well,
Wow.
it is infernal. Number of the devil.
That
Yeah,
is
666.
That is 666, 18 points of fire damage to Lieutenant Gustave, as this Cambion rides away.
Don't forget to take that from your temporary hit points first.
Yeah, that has really
Yeah.
helped. So yeah, thank you for that.
Fantastic. Asai, that is your turn.
I am just gonna keep holding this person here.
All right.
Fair enough.
I'm also going to look around in confusion because I'm like, what is going on? What is this? Who are these guys? Who is that guy?
Alice Fane, you are up next.
Yes. So, about how far away is said fiend?
He's about 90 feet away.
About 90 feet. All right. Then. That changes things up slightly. Then I shall. No, that's.
Should we come back to you?
No, I was just decided. I was gonna do something, but then the range wasn't gonna work, so I was just checking the range of my backup spell to make sure it was gonna work. So I'm going to run 30 feet forward toward him.
Yep.
And then that'll bring him to 60 feet from me.
Yep.
So I'm going to Toll the Dead twice on him.
Fantastic. What is your... actually, I think I have your spell save DC.
Unless it's changed.
It's like a 14. Give me a sec to bring up his wisdom. Cool. He gets a 13 and a 12 on his wisdom saves, so I believe those both go off.
Okay, well, I will roll them separately because... oh, well, I suppose it's 2 different dice. I can just roll the 2 dice. So the first one will be 1d8 because he hasn't taken damage yet.
Right.
But then the second one, having taken damage from the first one, will be a d12. Where's my d12? There. Making that... Oh, come on, that was horrible. That's only a total of 4.
Total of 4 damage.
Oh, sorry, hang on, I just realized, because we're 5th level,
It goes up.
for cantrip is bumped up. So 4...
2d8 or 2d12.
So it's 2d8, 2d12.
Yeah, so 4 plus... That was much better. 4 plus 7 plus 6.
4 plus 7 plus 6 is 17 points of damage.
Yes.
Beautiful. You hear him go, ah! Oh! Their bite might be worse than their bark, Grikkelenk.
Please want a Descent into Avernus campaign, please.
I would love to do that.
I'll play the surgeon again.
Yes.
Fun little aside, I've just started running a campaign that is set on Avernus before the fall.
Nice.
Before it became a level of hell.
Nice.
So that was a fun little
We
thing.
did that one shot.
We did a one shot where it became a thing. That became a campaign idea. Great. At this point in the initiative order, believe it or not, we only just got to 20. The way behind you, stone wall. The way down the other path, stone wall. Only the way forward is left to go. the way forward towards this cambion, and the nightmare, and you see along the edges of those walls behind you, where the walls have just risen, the ground starts to crumble and fall down into an abyss. So the ground behind you is crumbling, as the pathways back close. That is a lair action. Gustav, that is your turn.
So the Cambion and the Nightmare are running away, essentially.
They're running away.
They want us to follow him, don't they?
We've got no choice.
Yeah. So the floor's falling behind us as well, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Cool. All right, Gustav. Just shouts like "move forward" at his men, like "everybody move forward." So yeah, I'm going to just do a double dash at the moment and just move 60 feet forward.
Fantastic.
I'm all about close quarter, so once I get there, I will then use my bonus action to go into. No, I'll hold my rage off. I'll wait, but yeah, I'll just wait there so we can catch up.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Your demon sense extends outward. You do not sense any other demons besides these two. Any other fiends, rather. Which is a slightly broader term. Tolton, Spark Deck. That is you.
So how far away is he from me?
90 feet. So I'm assuming that everybody is the same distance away at a starting point, and then he is 90 feet away from you all.
Okay. So he's still in range of my crossbow. Okay. Well, with one hand, with the shield on it, I'm literally going to point forward, and Bessie's going to go sprinting down there. She can do 40 feet, so she's going to go sprinting down there after these other soldiers. And I'm with my other hand, I'm going to pull out my crossbow. I'm going to loose off. Well, technically, I suppose 3 shots. So I'm going to use my bonus action. She needs, for me to make her to attack or anything, she uses my bonus action. But I can use my bonus action to shoot
yeah.
So, and I've got 2 attacks, so I'm gonna attempt to shoot 3 times.
Fantastic. Are you aiming for the Cambion, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. I've got 25.
25 hits.
Okay. A 19.
19 hits.
And a 18.
18 does not hit.
Okay. Right, cool. Okay, so let's see. So get rid of one of those. And we've got 4. The first one hits for 11 full damage, so 11 damage.
11 damage.
And the second one hits for 8 damage.
And these are piercing, right?
Yeah, they're magical, but they're piercing, yes.
Fantastic. So that is going to be 11 half to 5 and 8 half to 4. So that's 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
In total. Once again, cries out in pain. Oh, Grikkelenk does not like this. Do you yourself move?
Yeah, I'm going to use the rest of my action to move it further down towards this this thing as 30, it's running away.
30 feet along. Fantastic.
Oh, no, it's only 25 for me.
25, right, because you have little legs.
I've got little legs.
25. Riodon, that is you.
I'm going to tap a size hand. Maybe we can continue this a little later. And I just walk. Using all my strength, just walk forward. Well, start to run forward.
You have a knife to your throat.
It's been in worse situations.
Nezumi, if you want to keep your knife there to do damage, I'm going to need you to roll an attack. Otherwise, you let him, or he moves.
I guess I let him go.
Good choice.
Rhydon, you are free. And that's
Okay.
That's not going to take anything.
Okay. Find steed.
Find steed.
Mount.
Absolutely.
And then I don't know how, in terms of movement, I would have left.
I think it takes half your movement to mount, so I'm going to assume. Well, you're not going to be using your movement. You're going to be using your mount's movement. So I'm going to say, go ahead. You can use your mount's movement for sure.
40 foot.
40 foot. Boom. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that's me. No, I'm going to put.
Find steed takes 10 minutes to cast.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'm going to say what level spell is it?
Second
level spell. Do you have a third level spell slot?
No, I don't. In fact,
no.
We'll call that. Sorry, guys. That's me not looking at my character properly. I will just press on forwards then, and go for double movement. So take dash action.
Go ahead and roll me just a pure luck roll, just because you did misread that. So I'm going to say if you get above a 10, I'm going to say you could have done it beforehand.
I don't think he would have done though.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna take a dash action and just plow on through.
Fantastic. So you run on up. Next. Is Gustav's men, and they are going to Quintus is going to go, follow the captain, and they all get out their weapons and charge after you. They're right behind you. They're with you. You would ride on, and these guys are just booking it towards this campion on a horse. Brilliant. We go back up to Grikkelenk. Grikkelenk. I'm just going to very quickly have a look at. Oh, yes. Cool. So Grikkelenk is going to to turn on his saddle and go, nasty, mean, leave us alone. He's going to shoot another 2 fire rays at Gustav and Rhydon, since you're both neck and neck. The one that hits Rhydon is a natural 20.
Oh.
Oopsie. 9. That is 18 points of fire damage.
Is that doubled as well?
So yeah, that was 66 of damage.
Did you double that as well?
Sorry?
Because it was a natural 20, wasn't it?
It was natural 20, so you double the number of dice.
Oh.
So, on 6d6, I rolled half as well as on 3d6 last time.
Josh, just chuck those dice in the bin, please. just like to chuck those dice in the bin.
Josh, save those dice for our Wednesday game, please.
I will.
Hang on a minute. I'll be up in those monsters then.
I think you find I'm running it on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, you're running Wednesday.
Oh yeah, Neil, you haven't seen the Goblin Madness.
I missed it. Hopefully next.
Look at my face. I'm like, doing my Donald Trump face, like. Party goblins, that's fun.
Well, I'm putting all the blame on Mike. It's his fault.
It is his fault.
It is, yeah.
Stav, does a 19 hit you?
Oh, yes, it does.
Hang on. Who got what? I just want to double check, just for clarity's sake. Who got what? Because we was talking about this before as we was coming back on, didn't we? Who got what infusion and who got what bonus from Neil?
I've got magical armor, so I can't take any buff.
Yeah.
If you've got a shield, I can put it on that though.
No.
Okay.
No, Rhydon's got my bonus.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, would you want mine then, Neil?
Were you saying I couldn't have it, weren't you, or mine?
Yours
Not in your armor,
yours
you
now
can't.
counts as magical, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can stick it on mine. We could just exchange.
That's what I mean. So you may as well have yours, and he may as well. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So Rydon's got
an
one,
extra
and I got
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. That's another 13 points of fire damage to Gustav.
Thanks, bruv.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then
I can't wait to use action second wind straight away to start, getting this back.
This nightmare is going to gallop forward another 60 feet. And is it going to be able to do something? No, it's just going to move forward another 60 feet. That's what we are going to do for that. Asai, that is your turn.
I am probably going to chase after my bait.
Chase after your bait?
Yes. Rhydon is my bait. He is the only leverage I have to get out of this situation.
Is that a full dash?
Yes.
Fantastic. Alice Svane, you're up.
Right, so I will have seen, presumably, the Gustav and Rhydon run up past me because I didn't do a dash, whereas they did. Sort of having seen, they took the first two fire rays, and then they ran past me and took another two. Can Alice Finn see how beat up Gustav is looking? Like looking at him, can he tell? Is there a very strong odor of burning flesh in the air?
Whenever you're around me, there's always the smell of burning flesh.
I mean, I'm not looking a number, but can he gauge how?
Honestly, mate, you save that. Probably better off trying to slow down the nightmare anyway, rather than worrying about me for a minute.
Okay. Then as he looks over to you and you sort of give off this sort of the shrug and this look of no, I'm fine. He then turns his attention back to the Gambian and the Nightmare, who are how far ahead of him now?
120 feet.
120 feet. Good God. Right.
What did you take the movement on your action, Mark?
On my last one, yeah, but I also cast cantrip, so I didn't dash. So it's 120 feet. So if I take my movement, which I will do, that'll bring me. He's 90 feet away from me.
Yep.
Then let me just double check. Oh, I could have hit him without moving anyway, but it's fine. I'll move first, and then I will, for my main action, I will take my cat of nine tails, make an incision in the palm of my hand. The blood coagulates into a bolt, and I fire guiding bolt.
Beautiful.
So I have to make an attack roll, which is not a disadvantage because it is dark. Praise be for caves. Ooh, I don't know whether that's going to work or not. That is a... What's my bonus? That is a total of 16 to hit on the Cambion.
16 does not hit.
Damn it. Alright. Then... He's too far away for Toll the Dead. That'll do. Nothing else I can do for now.
Brilliant. I need to make a check now. Has anybody not moved?
Yeah, I've not moved.
Thano?
Yeah.
Have you had a turn?
Not yet, no. I was
okay.
Nor's
I was meant to be after what's it?
Nor's what's it? I am so sorry. I haven't written you in the initiative order, and that's why you haven't had a turn yet.
It's fine. What's in the night?
Quick.
Okay, give me 1 sec. That's completely my bad.
I think mine was 7, yours was 9, wasn't it, Neil?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
That is correct. That is absolutely right. Okay, so I'm gonna let both of you take your turns from last round because completely forgot that was the case. So first it's Watson. Assume that he's only 90 feet away from you for this round.
Yeah, I will move up 30 feet. And Gustav took a hit, didn't he? Took quite a nasty hit. So I will cast a healing word on him.
Cheers, bruv.
Beautiful.
Ooh, nice. 8 hit points.
Yeah, mate. That's amazing.
Okay. That is my bonus action. And then as an action, I will cast Shield of Faith on Thano. It gives you a +2 AC.
Excellent. How long?
10 minutes, I think.
10 minutes, yeah.
A long while, yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes until I concentrate.
Thano, that is your turn.
Excellent. Oh, yeah, okay, my computer's just playing up. If you can, that's fine. Right. Yeah, I will use my bonus action to dash and catch up, and then I will cast Magic Missile.
Ooh.
Nice.
Very cool.
So, as I do, I'll dash, and as it stops, I'll run up his back so I've got extra height, and then I'll just fire 3 purple missiles at him. Would you like me to roll the D4 once or 3 times? And just times it by 3.
Oh, yeah, roll 3d4.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 7, 11 in total of fire. I think it's fire, isn't it?
It's force.
Yeah, force. Yeah, force damage.
Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, this you're definitely hurting this guy. Brilliant. And then we go back around. Okay. So this is the lair again. Everybody's moved at least 30 feet. You see behind you more ground starts to crumble and fall. And you can no longer go back the way that you came. And then the other thing you see is this, the Cambion goes, not happy! Do it now! Do it now! And right in front of where it is, a wall rises up and bars his path as he's about to go. You see his horse, little wisp of smoke goes around it, and you see that its outline remains in darkness, but it starts to go translucent, and that magic extends upward to Grikkelenk, and the two of them pass through the wall up front. Gustav, that is your turn.
Does my sense know that they've gone through the wall indefinitely with the armor?
With your sense, you can sense them still. You can sense them. They've passed through the wall and out the other side.
Right, so they're right. Okay.
You can sense that they went through the wall and then they went directly to the right.
Ace. All right. I'm going to relay that information out to everybody, as Josh just explained. I'm going to spend all my action moving up towards the wall, So yeah, that's a double dash.
That's a double dash, and you were at the wall.
Yeah. We're getting free actions at all?
Free? I mean, what would you like to do?
Just sort of like touch the wall, sort of like gauge that it is not an illusion. My hand isn't going through it. It's definitely a wall.
Not an illusion.
Fab. Ace.
Yep.
And that is it for now.
Yeah, brilliant. Tolton.
Would I have been able to get a shot off before it disappeared?
No, it's not breaking engagement with anybody, so it's not going to provoke attack of opportunity.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to gauge, in relation to whether it's in range, would I get to shoot before, it did its spell, but obviously not. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to call back Bessie because she can move considerably quicker than I can. And she could probably still get there because I only move 25, whereas she can move 40. Call her back, jump on, and then use my full action to basically get up to this wall if I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think that's a little bit further than your movement, but I'm gonna say you could do it for the sake of this 100%. Riodon, that's you.
Similar. Take a dash, go up to the wall, and just take point, I guess. In fact, no. I'm gonna press against the wall myself and see if it will push. Just give it a gentle push.
You do a gentle push. You can feel this is too sturdy to just be pushed over, but it's not thick stone. This is not like a castle wall. This is something somebody put up in a hurry. So that is what you can determine about that. What's it?
I'll move up 60 feet, I guess.
So you're within 30 feet of the rest of the guys. Tee-hee, ho-ho. We're going to wait one more turn for that. The rest of your men join you up there. Thano.
Yes, I will. Because we're 90 foot away, aren't we? Yes. I was. Yeah. So I'm going to use my action of a dash for 60, and then my bonus action of a dash to make a total of 90.
Beautiful.
So you are at the wall.
You are fully up at the front.
Shouting at what's it as I run past him. Come on, slow coach, and flick a bogey.
I'll tap on his tail as I go past. As he goes past.
Cool. We're going to treat Asai and Alusfane. This is slightly out of combat order, but are you trying to follow and be with the rest of the group?
I'm gonna be following Riodon.
You go ahead and follow Riodon. You can do another 60 feet. You're in line with what's it? You're in line with the rest of them. You're right up at the front. Yeah.
Alusfane will be making his way up to the wall, and sort of once he's, notably close to it, he'll do another free cast of Detect Magic to sort of gauge exactly whether this is magically in place or mechanically in place.
I'm gonna say you're in line with what's it. Your Detect Magic is on. You don't detect magic on this wall, but then behind you, you see the ground falling. That's illusion magic.
Okay.
And then behind you, about 30 feet behind you. So you are in a 60-foot, in total, everybody is in a 60-foot area of this corridor as this wall behind you shoots up, and you can sense that is that's a spell being cast. That's not mechanical.
Okay. Is the wall that's just been put up behind us the one that the spell was cast to put it there?
Yes.
Is it illusory or is it physical?
That's physical.
It is a physical wall put there by magic.
Yes.
Okay. Do I still see the floor, the illusionary floor crumbling, coming closer to us, or is that stopped with the wall?
No, that's stopped.
That's stopped. Okay. So we're basically in like a box at the moment.
You are in a box.
Right. Okay. That's fine. He just observes that.
Fantastic. Everybody, you are now in this box. You hear this voice echoing around you, and you can hear it. Gustav, you can feel this guy is circling you. Going around you.
If we're not in initiative, it's not going to stop running. It's just going to go.
No.
And all right, we still in initiative?
You are still in initiative.
All right, okay.
This is just a little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
Little bit of flavor. You hear. I just wanted Grikkelenk to go after Alisfan and Asai, essentially, for the sake of this little bit of flavor. But he goes. Oh, squabble, stuck in a box. Grikkelenk's maze has got you all trapped. See if you can find your way out. This voice going around. We are still in initiative. Gustav, that is your turn. You're on one end of this box up against the wall.
So I can feel him circling us and talking.
He's now on your left.
He's now on the left. I don't know. Can I command some of my guys to plant some C4 or whatever in some of these walls to try and blow them up?
Yeah. Which walls would you like them to? On their turn, they will plant C4.
Cool. So if they're on my left now, plant. I would like them to just plant directly in front of where the nightmare went through and the Cambion went through.
For sure. So the wall directly in front of you.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So on their turn, they will do that. But you still, I'm going to call that just you're ordering something to happen. So you can still do the rest of your turn if you'd like.
No, I'm cool. I'm going to be honest. I can't think of anything at the top of my head. I'll hold my action and maybe.
Before that, go ahead and roll me investigation on this wall.
Do I get advantage on because I'm tracking a demon technically?
Oh, you get advantage on anything to track the demon, but not for this. Not for this
sure,
investigation.
No, that's fine.
On the
that's
wall.
Fine.
Yeah.
That is. Oh, I don't know if I've done my counter sheet now. Where it is. Investigation. Oh yeah, not so great. 10.
Cool. Yeah, that seems like a good course of action. What you're doing is, yeah, C4 will blow this thing down for sure.
Seems very wally.
Seems fairly wally.
Okay.
Seems like a wall. Not at all like the copyrighted Disney Pixar franchise. Beautiful. Toldson, that's you.
Okay, so his men have just gone running up to this wall and.
Yeah, they're.
Or they will on their turn.
They will on their turn.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I can hear this now coming from a different direction. This voice.
Yes, this is now coming from your left.
Okay. Can I have a look at this wall and see if it's obviously, it wasn't there before, to see if it's some sort of temporary fixture?
Investigation roll, please.
With, where are we? 17.
17. This wall, it looks like if you attack this wall, you could probably break it down with a few good hits.
What the hell? I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and I'm gonna start firing shots at this wall.
Beautiful.
Do I have to roll to see if I can hit a wall?
You have to. It's not to see if you can hit.
It's to see if I hit myself.
You know what? No, I'm not going to roll. I'm not going to make you roll to see. If
I'm going to use my bonus action to get Bessie to attack it as well.
The wall, fantastic. So what I am going to need is the wall has a damage threshold. So you go ahead and roll damage for your attacks, and there is a certain amount that you have to get above if you're going to damage the wall.
Her damage is 1, 8. So her damage will be 3 normal damage and 3 force damage.
Okay. That does not beat the damage threshold.
Okay. Plus mine, which is another 11, 18.
18 for one shot or both?
That was with both shots.
So how much did you get on each shot?
I got 11 on one.
Yep.
And where was we? 6 on the other.
And so it'll be 7 on the other one. So the one where you got 11, that damages the wall. The other one does not. The wall starts to break and looks. Looks.
Right, and I'm going to shout. Smash this. You don't need to blow this wall up. Just hit it. All you got to do is hit it.
Brilliant. Right on. That's your turn.
Seeing that the wall gets damaged when you hit it, I'm going to hit it.
Woo! Just roll damage for those attacks.
Okay. First one's 5, 7, 8.
Doesn't do it.
Second one is 10.
10 does it. You slam one more time into this wall, and with one more good hit, this thing will go. This thing will break open.
I'll use my held action then and do the last of the damage.
Yeah,
that's all right
do
then.
it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's hit.
Hit it.
One more, just roll into to hit.
Just roll damage.
Just roll damage. Oh,
just smack it.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Got to get 10 or higher to do damage.
Yeah, so it's 5 plus 4 plus 2. Yes, that's 11.
Boom.
There you go, look.
There is a hole in this wall. You see this structure come crashing down. Grikkelenk goes, "No! Grikkelenk's maze! Keep them in a box! Keep them in the box!"
I say, show yourself, fiend!
No!
Coward!
Maybe. What's it? That is your turn.
It's gonna carry on running through the hole.
You go running straight through the hole.
I was just gonna charge the wall.
But you go and with the timing of it, with Gustav smashing the wall, it almost you can convince yourself that you had the final bit of push.
There's no convincing about it. That's exactly what I thought. It's the what's it way as he comes charging through. And as he goes through, because there's 30 feet to go through it.
Yep.
Does he see the Cambion?
You do not see the Cambion. Instead, what you see is you see one figure with a cowl draped over what seems to be an oddly small head, and long arms and long fingers stretching out of the sleeves of this robe. This symbol of Deriphel emblazoned on the forehead of this hood. And next to them, you see a spirit that seems to have more corporeality than some of the ones that you saw before in the forest outside Balmoral. This, you can almost see the skull, black still, fading in and out of corporeality, and there is a crown of iron around its head.
Okay. Which one looks like a mage? The first one that you said.
The first one I said looks like a mage.
Yeah. As I go through, I'll say, how far away are they?
They're like 15 feet away.
Oh yeah. As I go through, I'll go, what's it? And I'm gonna launch the javelin of lightning.
Beautiful.
At the one that looks like a mage.
Fantastic. So there's me. I don't remember how much damage. How much damage did I say that does?
46.
46 of damage.
I got natural 20.
Oh no, there's no question about this. How would you like to do this?
Who needs Anos, eh?
Yeah, who needs Anos? I just literally I throw the spear, but as the spear obviously turns into lightning, there is it strikes straight through the head, and just carries on going, and behind him. But as he sort of falls over and stuff like that, What's it will stand there in Superman pose like that and go, "All right, I've got all of you single-handedly. Don't worry, everyone. I'll do it on my own."
You see this javelin go straight through this person's head, and lightning explodes out of it at exactly the moment that it passes through their skull, in an explosion which tears this body to pieces, unrecognizable from from what it once had been. Fantastic.
I love that he had such a description, and it's like, oh Christ, they're gonna be up against his mage now.
No,
extra mage like that, and then all of a sudden boom, wasted.
Boss 2.
Well, that happened. Next is going to be this wraith's turn. The wraith takes a second, looks to its left where this mage used to be, looks forward, and there's a split second where it just watches you in this Superman pose, which lets you have the moment, and then goes, right! And you see coming out of the ground in front of it, and out of the walls emerge 5 spectral beings. So that is going to be its turn to summon those, and then it's going to be the specters' turns. They are actually going to, he says, you
Oops.
and me.
Oops. I think I was the healer.
And then the specters are going to rush through this opening, and they're going to attack Gustav. They're going to attack your men. So very quickly.
Can I just interrupt? Are they going before me, or have you missed me again?
No, they do go before you.
Okay.
I won't miss you again. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of names. There are a lot of people in this fight.
You'll have lots to deal with if you do again.
Yeah.
It's true. Alrighty. Oh wow. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's do plus 4 to hit. And then I have to very quickly look in the back of this book. Cool. So only 2 of them are actually going to hit your men.
Wow.
Indeed. And they do that much. Okay. So it's not a lot of damage that they do to your guys. That's 1, 2, 4. They all have 32, 27. Got it. Cool. So these things start attacking your men, sort of going for like a one-on-one thing, and some of them start to draw out the life essence of a few of your guys, but the other ones are managing to hold them off. So yeah, 2 of you guys got hit there. Great, and then it is their turn. They're all going to group up on these specters. Ooh. What's the specter got for its cool. So that's also 2 of them are gonna hit, but one of them got a natural 20.
Nice.
And they do. It's the one thing I didn't write down beforehand. So they do 1d12 plus 3. I think it's plus 3. 1d12 plus 3. Plus 3. Okay. D12s. I don't usually use D12s.
Josh, you're essentially just like tabletop wargaming
I know.
on your own
This
now.
is the entire game. It's just me on my own. One of these specters goes down, and another one takes a little bit of damage. Thano, that's your turn.
Okay, well, I'm still out on this side of the wall, and these spectres would have come through, wouldn't they?
Yes.
So I will... can you describe the positioning of everyone in front of me, if you'd be so kind?
Indeed. So I'm going to say, obviously, once it's further ahead, then there's Gustav and Rhydon.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2 rows of 5, there are Gustav's men. Gustav, Rhydon, and Tolton. Forgive me. And then there's you and Asai and Alisvain in the back.
Okay, so attack-wise, there are people in front of me, so I wouldn't be able to use a hand weapon, would I? Or could I be able to move?
They'll let you. Forgive me. They will. They'll let you get within 5 feet to do.
Brilliant.
attacks.
Okay, then I will use my first attack using my green flame blade.
Hell yeah.
19.
That's 19 is definitely going to hit. This is just a specter, right?
Yes. Yeah, just one of the spectres.
For sure.
Sorry, first time I'm using this one, so it is so that is 11 fire damage. No, 11 fire damage with the sword.
So yeah, half of it's piercing and half of it's fire, but we'll just we'll call it fire. That's fine. That's fine. So you see.
Oh no, it's 1d8 of fire. So it's 4 of that's fire, and then 7 of that is pierce.
Cool. So it takes half damage from piercing, so that's 7 points of damage that you've done.
Brilliant. Then I get with that sword a 1d8 on an enemy next to them within 5 foot.
Yeah. So definitely there's one within 5 feet, and if you dealt that 7 to the one that was already injured, that one dies.
Right. Okay, and that is a 7 fire damage to the one 5 foot away.
Jeez. Alrighty.
And then, obviously being a rogue, I will use my rapier on the nearest one within that distance if they are there. Because there was 5, wasn't there?
That's the you can use it on the one that your green flame blade hit the first time. Hit with the bounce over.
Brilliant, excellent. I will go with them, and that is 17.
You don't get an attack bonus on your second.
I'm a rogue.
Does that counteract the things?
I think you need 2 weapon fighting, don't you? I don't know for sure.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you need 2 weapon fighting.
So you just don't get a plus to this attack, basically. So it's just what you rolled on the d20.
Right. Okay. I thought I had 2. I've got 2 weapon fighting as a bonus.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, that's my bonus action. So rather than using a cunning action, I'm going to use. I've got action in combat.
Oh, okay, great.
Fighting.
No,
Sorry,
no. That's not a feat. That is something everyone can do. It's two-weapon fighting. That's not a feat.
Yeah,
so two-weapon fighting is an actual feat as well, which allows you to get your bonus on the second one. Yeah.
It's all right. Just what did you roll on the dice without the plus?
Without my plus is 11.
11 does hit.
Excellent. And that is 9.
9. Yeah. Even have to 4. That does it. So another one of these specters goes down.
Excellent.
Tearing through these guys.
You also remember you got a +1 from the bless as well.
Oh yeah.
And Tolton.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That goes on to hit as well, doesn't it? Pains.
Very cool.
Never mind.
Brilliant. So 3 of these specters immediately go down. You hear a screech. No! Grickelenk's maze is not working like he planned. And bursting out of the wall and straight into Gustav is this Cambion on a nightmare. So the way he's going to do this is the nightmare is going to try to hit you.
Cool.
The nightmare gets an 18.
No, he doesn't.
Woo!
Yes.
Bye
horse hay.
Nightmare, you managed to get out of the way of this damn horse, and then
Josh,
hello.
how close is it to Gustav?
It's within 5 feet of Gustav.
That procs my sentinel.
You may go ahead and sentinelize.
Love that feat. Come on.
Love the feat, not the roll. Continue.
Brilliant.
Bye, Rhydon.
And then the Cambion is going to make 2 spear attacks at Rhydon.
That's it. That's the way. That's what I thought.
Well, one of those definitely isn't going to hit, but the other one is a 26.
That hits. Just.
It just hits. Good. You guys are monsters.
That's the plan.
That is insanity. So this guy rolls. What is it? D6.
Doesn't sound good.
Oh, that's how that works.
Rhydon, you've got another character handy, haven't you?
To be fair, no, this isn't that bad. This is not that bad. This is 11 points of piercing, and 2 points of fire.
Okay.
So that's 13 points of damage in total.
I'm still above half HP.
Yeah, I expected something akin to that.
Josh,
and yes.
Just a quick one, because the horse missed, I want to spend one of my superiority dice and make an attack against the horse using my reaction.
Absolutely,
which I can do.
Which I can do. Baby. Do it.
Do it! Kill the horse. Kill the horse.
19 to hit?
Yeah, 19 hits for sure.
Fab. And it's abyssal, obviously, because it's a nightmare.
It is a fiend, yes.
Excellent. So, my weapon is particularly good against fiendish things, and I get an extra 3d6 of hit die damage against it.
He's a beast.
I'm only good for demons. Like, try fighting something fluffy, I'm probably going to be rubbish. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, play to your strengths.
Right. So, 6, 12. My God. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28, 29, and then the superiority dice. 34 points of damage on me. Nightmare.
Nice.
Bye, horse.
Down.
Holy moly. In one insane blow, you have this thing's HP. Oh.
Yes, mate.
Oh my.
Come on, you've got to roar beastily as you're smashing through this thing, you know?
I'm just so fierce, mate. So fierce.
Everybody, Alistair talked very highly of this guy as the specialist you needed for this job. Now you are seeing why.
Yeah.
Glorious. And that is the end of their turn. A sigh. That is you.
I'm going to try to handle it.
Your mic's up high. We can only just hear you.
I'm gonna try handle it. I'm gonna try
handling the fiendish nightmare horse.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm going to make it my horsey.
You may try.
Should I roll for it? Animal handling?
Roll animal handling with disadvantage because you're in a fight.
And it's just had 10 bells of goodness knows what smashed out of its face.
Yeah.
It's not going to be interesting.
My lowest roll was an 18 plus 6, so...
What are you trying to do? What do you say to this horsey as you make your way to this horsey?
I don't say anything. I approach it, my hands are up, it's like, it's okay. I've spent a lot of time around a lot of different animals. I know how to present myself as a submissive, trying to be like, it's okay. Everything's fine. I'm not here to hurt you. It's okay.
This horse 100% believes that you are its ally. However, everyone else just try to kill it.
Don't touch my fucking horse.
You see Asai starting to talk to this this nightmare horse, and actually, as you talk, you feel you see the red flame of its eyes cool slightly, and the horse eye becomes visible for a second to you. Yes, so the actual horse's eye becomes visible to you, and Grikkelenk from atop the horse goes, "What do you do to Grikkelenk's steed? Grikkelenk's steed, move! Kill her! Grikkelenk steed! What's going on? No!" Alice Fane, that's your turn.
Right, so...
Don't you dare touch my fucking horse or I will end you.
I'm not touching the horse. So, but how far away is this, as the cambion that's still mounted on the...
It's about 30 feet away from you.
30 feet? Righto. Then, let's see. I am going to... Yeah. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt again.
Cool. Make your attack.
Alright. Ooh, that's a little better. Right, that is a 13 plus 6. What's that? 19?
19 exactly hits the
Fuck
cambion.
Heck yeah. Okay. I can't remember what I was just looking at it there. The damage for Guiding Bolt is 4d6.
Is 4d6. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And that is radiant damage, by the way.
Very cool.
I don't know if that makes any difference or not for a cambion. Right, that is a 4, plus a 3 is 7, plus another 3 is 10, plus a 4, 14.
It's 14. 14 points of damage. Grikkelenk screams in pain as this radiant light sears into him. He doesn't take any extra damage from it being radiant, but he definitely takes the full damage.
All right.
Brilliant. How are people doing for time? How much longer can people go for?
Ever.
Yeah. Ralph, is there any particular time you're good until?
Yeah, like maybe like another like 15 minutes or so. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty. Well, that takes the end of combat, do you reckon?
No, I don't. I think this is going to be the first time we end an episode in the middle of combat, and we will have to return to it. So that being the case, I'm going to do a little bit of narration on this layer action as we.
Can I finish my turn first?
Of course. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I didn't realize you were done. You were done.
I just wanted to use my bonus action to then cast Toll the Dead.
Go ahead and cast Toll the Dead.
So he has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Boop, boop. 11.
That's
fails.
a fail. So 5th level, he's already taken damage. That's 2d12. Oh,
Good spell.
Beautiful. That's an 11 and a 12.
Oh my. That's 23 points of damage.
Shame it wasn't a 12 and a 12, but 11 and a 12 will do. I'll take it.
Okay, you watch your magic eat its way into Grikkelenk. You hear him cry out in pain. Grikkelenk looks very, very, very badly hurt. And what we're gonna do for the moment is this. Grikkelenk screams in pain, and he says, "No! This wasn't the way it was meant to be! This is not Grikkelenk's maze!" He's gonna spread his wings and leap off of his horse, which is no longer entirely under his command. He's going to rise. And you know that the top of the corridor is not that high up. He cries out, "Do it! Do everything now!" You see this space, the roof sort of opens up, and now it's closer to about 90 feet tall. Two walls rise, cutting Gustav's men off from everybody else. So everybody, I'm going to say that everybody is in one area, and Gustav's men are in a separate area. The wall that was broken down, a new one is constructed, cutting Whatsit off from the rest of the party.
Good.
Sorry, Alisfane, you were still 30 feet away when you cast these spells? Okay, so you are on the other side of two barriers. So there's Whatsit, barrier. Everybody, barrier. Gustav's men, barrier. Alisfane. And Alisfane, from behind you, you see another spectral figure with a crown of iron and a skull's face that fluctuates in and out of corporeality approaching you. And it yells, "Rise!" And that's what we're going to call it for tonight.
Yes, bro.
Excellent.
Yes, mates. Amazing.
We will continue this combat as soon as we pick up next episode.
I have a horse now.
You don't necessarily.
I have a horse now. Let's not kid. I have a horse.
I don't think it'll last very long.
What's that supposed to mean?
As always, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We are up to 102 subscribers, which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
If you have any theories about any of the stuff that's going on or want to make predictions and stuff, hit us up. We want to know what you're thinking. We're more than happy to engage.
Just be careful what you say, because he might alter it and screw us over. All right.
Encouraging them now. I just wanted to say thank you to Mark for the new layout as well. It looks brilliant.
It looks
really good.
Does look good.
With the map and everything, fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for all of that, Mark.
Brilliant work.
Thanks once again for our
lots of cuddles,
guest,
Mark.
Ralph, for joining us. You'll join us again next week to continue.
That's no problem.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Hell yeah.
Good.
And
It's gonna be great.
as a little tidbit, secret, no one's allowed to know the details yet. He might be coming back permanently for something different.
Secret projects in the works.
No. No.
A project that Nin won't be a part of her
that
election.
project.
Her own election.
I refuse.
And potential DMing as well.
Hold on.
Hold on. He's not agreed to that.
Whoa. Hold your horses.
Saturday the 14th. Saturday the 14th.
In the comments if you want him to leave.
I'll tell you what. How about
couple of one shots?
If somebody can figure out or guess what any of the stuff that we're talking about here, they get a prize, a bonus of some description.
Well, that's going to be easy for anyone watching that knows me. Not gonna lie about that.
Especially since I'm not happy about it.
If anyone from my IRL group is watching, they're probably going to know.
Brilliant. Well, just to cap off, everybody, stay safe. Black Lives Matter. All of our support to all of these fantastic movements. Once again, sign the change.org petition for justice for gosh damn it, for Regis, Korchinski, Paquet. Make sure that investigation goes ahead and is fair. And once again, thank you to Lawrence Gray, the winner of our competition. Your NPC, will become a part of the story following this arc to get this.
I'm so looking forward to find out what that was all about.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Because we still don't know if it's a good guy, bad guy, a hindrance, a benefit, something in between.
You don't know.
No.
And can I put a big thank you to Lyra for looking after Chester and Toto.
We love you, Lyra.
Just have like a complete dog exclusive episode of Hidden Realms.
Where it's just everybody holding dogs
can
and saying what the dogs say.
We did spend the afternoon dressing the dogs up in various outfits. They're very cute. So,
FYI, my dog will be a hobbit barbarian, knowing my dog.
Our rabbit will be a dog in disguise.
Yeah. Chester would be a Goliath barbarian.
The world's first Goliath barbarian.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Toto would be a sorcerer or something.
Right. No, I've got visions of her being a cleric or a bard, mate.
Yeah, it's probably true. To be honest, she comes to work too much. She'd probably end up being a cleric.
Yeah, but she'd be a lawful good.
She would, yeah. She
without a doubt, lawful good.
Oh, no. There's chaos in that girl, trust me.
Yeah, so chaotic good then.
Yeah, chaotic good is more likely.
Right.
Excellent.
Well, thank you to everyone
Take care, everybody.
Thanks very much.
Farewell.
And we'll stay
safe.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.